your life.
Give us more lemons. We love it.
Get off your life.
Oh, I hate that.
Oh, okay. Are you strobing at me? I can do that too.
Okay, get ready for this one. So recently, the state of Oregon has accused federal agents at the Portland Federal Building of being too aggressive and using disproportionate force against protesters. But I noticed when I looked through the evidence, I'm like, hey, I know these two people. That's Katie Davis Court and Honey Badger Mom. They've been covering this story since June. So Honey Badger Mom gave us some behind the scenes footage to give us the full perspective of what exactly is going on here. Because you'll see in some of these clips, there's no audio, there's no context, and of course, whenever you look at something, we need the full story, and Honey Badger Mom hooked us up. So I think you'll find this video very interesting, especially when you add context to the videos. Now, before we start the video, make sure to please like the video. It's the #1 way you guys are helping this channel, and it also helps others see the videos as well. And since we've been covering this story since day one, really with Honey Badger Mom and with Katie Davis Court, I think it's great to push the videos out so people can really see what's going on here. Thank you so much.
New video shows the moment a veteran was pushed and tackled by federal agents while protesting outside of Portland's ICE facility. The man in that video is now suing the Department of Homeland Security for injuries he says he suffered.
Okay, so first things first, what exactly is going on? Why are we looking at this evidence? What's this evidence all about? Basically, this is the state of Oregon trying to prove that federal agents working at the Portland ICE building have been the aggressors. They are the one being too aggressive, and this is also an argument from Oregon as to why we don't need the National Guard. Now, I do have to say, it's a little ironic that the footage they're using does have a vehicle being blocked by the protesters, but we'll talk about that later. So let's get through the first piece of evidence they submitted. Okay, again, there's no audio in these clips, but pay attention right here to this person right here. So this is where the clip starts. Tear gas comes out, and boom. Then he gets arrested. Now, when this happened, it went super viral. Many people were questioning what the heck is going on, how could they do that? But I actually had covered this clip when it happened, and a lot of people missed this part. This is me 2 months ago pointing out what a lot of people missed. This news station did not use any audio, but I did notice right here, he's actually putting his hands and some sort of equipment, something that belongs to him, on this pillar. That is federal property. It might not be the driveway, and maybe he took like a step into the driveway, but as of right now, he is currently committing a federal crime. Now, when we go back to the footage, this is where the evidence starts. Again, you don't see where it was put on the ledge here. And then, of course, he gets taken down. But again, when you look at the fullness of context, this is why people are being arrested. You first have to commit a crime, and then federal agents come in and do their thing. Now, for those of you saying, well, that still did look a little too aggressive, well, Homeland Security actually already talked about these accusations, because check this out.
And for another incident on August 16th, where Herzberg says he was tackled again by 4 Department of Homeland Security agents, as seen here. Herzberg's lawsuit claims an agent slammed his head into the ground and told him, "You're not going to talk S anymore, are you?" Berg is, quote, well known for acts of violence outside the ICE facility in Portland, and adding that Herzberg, quote, has used fake blood to falsify injuries.
Now, what you need to understand, back in the day, there was no blue line to indicate when you crossed into federal property. So oftentimes we would see protesters get arrested after like the 7th time they've crossed into federal property, which is pretty much what happened here. You even heard from Homeland Security, he was known to be an agitator. Now, he is disputing those claims, he is suing the federal government, but I'm just trying to show you, back in the day, it appears as if the federal agents are being super violent, but there's plenty of evidence that suggests otherwise. In fact, here's some footage from Katie back in June. You'll notice these protesters can just walk up on the facility and it's all good. And that banging you hear in the background, that's somebody taking their skateboard and banging it up against the Portland Federal Building. Again, showing us more evidence how tolerant the federal agents were.
The facility is closed and not open to the public. Stay out of the area of the driveway to allow for vehicular traffic. Remain on the sidewalk or across the street. Anyone, to include the press, trespassing on federal property is subject to arrest.
Okay, so you've all probably heard that before. Yet in the evidence, as we continue through it, for some reason they did not show the warning of what it's like to be warned by federal agents. If you cross into federal property, you just heard that, you can be subject to arrest. However, conveniently in this evidence that the state of Oregon has provided, and look right here, her feet have now crossed the blue line, we already heard that warning, you can be subject to arrest. In the evidence, there is no audio. You don't hear the warning. So again, look, these people are pointing it out, and of course they run after her. What do you expect? You were already given the warning. But again, the argument from the state of Oregon is, well, they're being too aggressive. How can that be an argument when you are being warned if you cross into federal property, you are and can be subject to arrest? Again, I'm just trying to show you guys the full context. Without audio, of course this looks extra aggressive. And here we go again. You cross over right here. Watch this guy cross over the blue line. We already know there were warnings given. Of course, if you try to run, they're going to come after you. I am actually very shocked that the state of Oregon really thought this was going to be the evidence used to show how aggressive federal agents are. Now, remember, I told you, I actually reached out to Honey Badger Mom. I was like, hey, so what was this night like? Was it pretty aggressive? What was going on? Well, it turns out this entire night, protesters were trying to cross that line, such as right here, someone is shining their high-powered flashlight at federal agents, which is illegal. Right here. So from here, he decides to run over to the Portland police to tell on himself or to say what is happening. Again, this is the same night we are watching from the state of Oregon where they provided this evidence. I wonder why they didn't show this part where the Portland police were witness to everything going on here, and it gets a lot worse.
I think you were a reliable news source prior, but, you know.
And then he shines his high-powered flashlight back at the federal agents. Why wasn't this part mentioned? Why was this not shown in the full evidence?
Oh. Dude. A tenet of fascism is state-controlled media. Read a book. Turn off the light.
And if you guys see right here, this is a laser. Okay, they were ready to hit him while he was right next to the Portland police. So again, my question is, I wonder what, is this considered too aggressive or no? Because this is the rest of the evidence that Honey Badger Mom sent us. And again, just to show you guys, this is the same night. Shining this light at federal agents, that is illegal.
It's more lumens, we love it. Oh, okay, are you strobing at me? I can do that too.
Also, the irony of this clip is that the federal agents did not try to hit her. They hit down at her feet. Again, further indicating to not raise the escalation of violence.
What the hell is wrong with you, you dumb bitch? What the hell's wrong? Why are you scared? Shouldn't you be an impartial news outlet? State-controlled media is a tenet of fascism, bitch. What was that little hissy fit about, balaclava? What are we mad about? Are we mad that we
And again, the whole time, the Portland police apparently were standing right up north, just from here. So again, they were obviously watching this, so why was this not put into the evidence?
You can't be doing spotlights at us. You cannot be doing spotlights at us.
Why are you so scared of lumens? Why are you so pressed by my lumens? You have so many.
Oh my God.
Don't flash it.
He's got a laser on him.
Almost like this is all your fault. If you would just leave our city, then none of this would be happening. You are causing the problem. You are the problem.
Stop flashing the light. Stop flashing the light.
Come down here. Come down here.
So again, I think you guys can understand what's going on here. It looks like the state of Oregon was just isolating individual clips without the full context. Of course, there's no audio. I think audio adds a lot to this. And they're just submitting these videos and saying, look, you see, look how violent they are. But if you don't look at the context, this is over 100 plus days of protesting. On this specific day, protesters are shining their lights at federal agents. Obviously, that's going to add to the rate of agitation. Because to the federal agents, if they let protesters cross that line more and more and more, it's going to lead to escalation. And that's what was happening on this night. And again, here's the same night.
I feel like you guys don't have a plan. You look very confused. And pretty insecure too. I mean, you don't have to be a Nazi versus you're exercising the First Amendment. What's your fucking problem?
This blue line is bullshit. You assault people on public property. You threw people to the ground on public property. Are you really going to break? You're such bitches. Are you really kidding me?
So I do want to point out what you saw were the federal agents literally backing up. But in the clip, and they do show this in their evidence on how federal agents are aggressive, federal agents were the ones backing up, and then protesters began to agitate.
I know. Are you really kidding me right
And again, with no audio, you can't tell what's going on.
now? Pathetic. 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 Did 30 of you need to run that person down? Did 30 of you need to run one person down for walking over this blue line?
And that other protester just threw this protester under the bus. Do 30 of you need to come over just because they crossed over the blue line? But again, with the full context, there is a verbal warning. If you cross the blue line, you are subject to arrest.
Blue line, you move the goalposts chronically.
Now here's the thing, because of that blue line, you would expect that no protester will ever get arrested. I mean, there's the blue line, if you cross it you get arrested, but we are seeing quite the opposite. Once that blue line was implemented, we kept seeing more and more protesters, quite literally, try to test the boundaries of when or how you could get arrested by just simply stepping your little toe on the blue line. Now, just a quick reminder, I think everyone knows Katie Davis Court was hit in the face with a flagpole, but this is also back in August. I don't know why the Portland police or the state of Oregon didn't show this footage.
Go home, Katie.
Go! I was over
Go
there.
home,
Get
Katie.
the fuck out of here!
Go home, Katie.
You are not fucking welcome or safe here. Bye! Bye!
You are not welcome or safe here. Again, this is August. Why wasn't this footage used in any of the trial where the Portland police were not here to protect people like Katie Davis Court, Cam Higbee, Ryan, or Honey Badger Mom?
You keep your fucking heads to yourselves, Tarberries! Fuck you! You can testify, Tarberry! It's not good. You are gonna get locked up. Then go! Fucking move quickly! Move quickly, then!
Go home.
Move quickly!
Go home.
Oh my God! Come on! You're fucking unwanted!
Just go.
You're unwanted!
Go.
Go!
Go.
You would think that would be some pretty interesting footage to throw out there, but maybe Oregon didn't use it because it could make them look bad that there were no Portland police in the area to help out journalists who were covering this story. I have no idea, but again, I'm just trying to show you guys in context that was happening. I didn't see any Portland police.
Law enforcement is on top of it. There's peaceful protests, and if people are getting out of line, they are being held accountable.
When we have the reporter that is filming the person that gave her the black eye and is showing the police officer, there is the person, there's the person that hit me, I got punched in the face, here's the person. And you can't say that's made up.
And it's not. I mean, we've been covering this story for so long. That's what we've been trying to talk about. There was never any intention to totally throw the Portland police under the bus. All we kept trying to point out was there are people in this area who keep calling 911 and they're not getting any help. It's like we're just totally ignoring that fact in the trial that the state of Oregon is focusing on these 4 clips they provided, but not focusing on the totality of the events we've been covering. Somebody put a compilation together of everything that Katie focused on in June. Look over here, there's people on the driveway. So my question is, again, the state of Oregon, why did you guys not add any of these clips? You have over 150 days of clips you can pick from, and you picked 4 isolated clips. And I don't know, I'm just asking the questions and I'm trying to show you guys the full context of what really went down here in Portland. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave your comments down below how you feel about what we just watched. And again, the intentions behind my videos to bring peace, bring a conversation. That's what I always advocate for on my channel. Even if you hate ICE, at least watch some of these clips, look at the full perspective, let me know what you feel. And again, that blue line to me was the significant portion of this entire story in which Homeland Security said, we're gonna put this blue line here in hopes that protesters have a safe place to protest and we have a safe place to operate, yet that has been exploited. So thank you guys so much again. Please pray for peace, as I always ask. Thank you, God bless, and we'll see you all later.